Hi, as you know, in the last video, in the last class, we were discussing about the last exercise, and still very few questions are remaining in that exercise. Through this video, we are going to discuss that remaining question. In that way, we will wind up this chapter. Okay, and let me remind you one thing. Just after this chapter, in the very next class, I will conduct a class test for you. This is your first class test in 8th standard, so you have to give much seriousness. Okay, through this class test I will evaluate each and every students in my class. Okay, and let me come to the point. So we were discussing about how to find out rational numbers in between two given rational number. So if it is 10 or 15 rational number, I told you have to make the denominator maximum. So complete freedom is there. You can fix the denominator as you wish. I cannot say you have to fix the denominator as this number. You have the freedom. You can choose the denominator as you wish. That should be the common multiple of both denominator. So suppose the question is find out 10 rational number in between this rational number and this rational number. You have to think about a big common multiple of both denominator. So that number should be the common multiple of the both denominators. So you have the freedom to choose that number. That should be a big number, a little big number, but that you can select that big number as you wish. So only one condition is that should be a common multiple. Okay, so complete freedom is there with you. So I cannot say you have to fix the denominator as this number or that number. Complete freedom is there. You can use that, and I have seen that students understood the method, and they given when they send notes, I understood that they are doing the problem with the different denominators. All the answers were correct. Okay, so I know that you are practicing well. So let me continue. Let me go to the next question. So please watch the video well, learn well. As always, practice question twice. So your next question is write 5 rationals which are smaller than 2. That means you have to find out 5 rational number, that each rational number should be smaller than 2. Okay, so that means you may understand the question. You have to find out 5 rational number, only 5 rational number, that all rational numbers should be less than 2. Okay, can you tell me some numbers less than 2? -5. Then for example, this is just an example. I told you have freedom to choose the numbers. This is just an example. -5, -4, -3, -2, 1, 0, 1. These are the few numbers less than 2. You may understand. So can you say -5 is the rational number? Of course. How we can say like that? See, -5 we can write it as -5 by 1. No. -4 we can write it as -4 by 1. No. -3 we can write it as -3 by 1. No. In that way you can find out many rational numbers. We need just 5. You can select any 5. This is the answer for that question. So let me go to the next question. Next question is find 10 rationals between -2/5 and 1/2. We need to find out 10 rational numbers between -2/5 and 1/2. Okay. So the rational numbers are -2/5 and 1/2. In between we have to find out 10 rational numbers. So let's see, the denominator is not same, isn't it? So since it is, we have to find out 10 rational number, you have to think about a little big common multiple of 5 and 2. As I told you, anyway we have to make the denominator same. That is the process. In order to make the denominator same, we have to think about the common multiple of 5 and 2. You may understood. In order to find out few rational number between the two given rational, anyway we have to make the denominator same. In order to make the denominator same, we have to think about the common multiple of the denominators. That means we have to think about the common multiple of 5 and 2. So many common multiples are there for 5 and 2, but we have to choose little big common multiple. So can you select 10? Yes, of course, 10 is a multiple of 5, 10 is a multiple of 2. I'm going to calculate with the 10. And you just see what is going to happen. So what I'm going to do, I got the common multiple of 5 and 2 as 10. So I'm going to make both denominator as 10. So -2/5 and 1/2. I'm going to make the denominator as 10. So by which number I have to multiply here? With 2 I have to multiply, then only I will get 10. So since I multiplied here with 2, here also I have to multiply with 2. And by which number I have to multiply here? In order to make it as 10, I have to multiply this 2 with 5. The same number I am multiplying here also. You may understood. See? Here I multiplied with the 2y because then only I will get the denominator as 10. I have to make both denominator as 10. Since I multiplied here with the 2, here also I have to multiply with the same number. And here I have to multiply with the 5, then only it will be 10. So since I multiplied here with the 5, I have to multiply here also with the 5. So the rational numbers become minus 4 by 10 and 5 by 10. Isn't it? Minus 2 into 2 is minus 4 by 10 and 5 by 10. How many rational numbers are there between minus 4 by 10 and 5 by 10? So now both denominators are same. So what you can do is, since the both denominator came same, what you can do is, which are the numbers between minus 4 and 5? Minus 3 is there. So of course minus 3 by 10, then minus 2 by 10, then minus 1 by 10, then 0 by 10, then 1 by 10, isn't it? Because the numbers in between minus 4 and 5 are minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, isn't it? So just give the denominator 10 for all number. 1 by 10, 2 by 10, 3 by 10 and 4 by 10. How many numbers came? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 only. How many numbers we need? We need 10 numbers. So we failed. So what? So that's why I told you, first it's, if you want, you can here, you reached here. So when you consider the rational numbers between that, we only got 8 rational number. So you can continue with the same step. Here you can stop, and in the next step you can multiply with another number. Let it be anything. So what I'm going to do, what I'm trying to say is, when you fix a common multiple, you have to be allied. Since I fixed the common multiple as 10, I found that I'm getting only 8 rational number. So I'm going to choose some another common multiple, because here I failed, no? So let me try to choose little more common multiple, little more big common multiple. Okay. So two methods are there. If you want, you can rub it completely and you can start from the beginning portion. Otherwise, let me continue with this. We have reached up to minus 4 by 10 and 5 by 10. Let me tell you once again. If you want, you can rub all these things, whatever the things you did extra, you can rub it and you can start with the question. Start from the question and think about the common multiple of 5 and 2. That should be a big common multiple. Otherwise, you can continue with this step. Anyway, we have reached up to minus 4 by 10 and 5 by 10, isn't it? But we understood that when you calculate the rational numbers in between this minus 4 by 10 and 5 by 10, we will get only 8 rational number. So we cannot consider these two rational numbers. So what I am going to do, here what is the denominator 10? Here what is the denominator 10? I am going to, since both denominator are same, since both denominator are 10, it is very simple. Just think about the multiples of 10. Can you use the word common multiple? No. Why? Because both are same number, no? So how we can say common multiple? If there is two different numbers only, we can use the word common multiple. Here only one number is the 10. Both are same. So think about the multiple of 10. 20, 30, 40, etc. are there. Let me fix the multiple of 20. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to make the both denominator as 20. In order to make it as 20, what I have to do? I have to multiply here with 2. Here also with 2. Here I have to multiply with the same number 2. Then only I will get 20. Here also with 2. So what we will get? Minus 8 by 20 and 10 by 20. Isn't it? Now also both denominators are same. So which are the numbers less than minus 8 and 10? Minus 7 is there, minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Enough, isn't it? Just give the denominator 20. Minus 7 by 20, minus 6 by 20. Because here the denominator is 20, no? Just give all denominator by 20. That will be your answer. Otherwise, what you can do is, for the same question, at first itself you can think about a big common multiple, which is a common multiple of 5 and 2. 10 is a common multiple and 20 is a common multiple, and of course 30 is a common multiple. I am going to choose, if I choose the common multiple of 20, here you can multiply directly with a number to make it as 20. By which number I have to multiply 5 to make it as 20? I'm repeating once again. Think about the multiple of common multiple of 5 and 2. 10 is a common multiple because but the problem is if you use 10 we will not get 10 rational number. So I'll avoid 10 and take the next common multiple 20. Think about 20. How we can make it as 20? Just multiply here with the 2. Here with here with the 4. With the same number I have to multiply here. And here it is 2. By which number I have to multiply to make it as 20? Just multiply with the 10. Here also with the 10. And now it become what? Minus 8 by 20 and what? 10 by 20. How many numbers are there? Minus 7, minus 6, see. Both denominator came equal, no? So forget about that. Think about the numerator. Minus 8 and 10. How many numbers are in between? Minus 7, minus 6, minus 5. Just give all denominator as 20. That will be the answer. Just same as the last method. But I prefer this method because when you start a problem itself, you just think about a big common multiple. Then the problem will be solved. Otherwise, if you fix a small common multiple, the problem is you may understood the last questions, isn't it? So when we started with a common multiple as 10, we reached in a problem. We reached in a confusion, isn't it? And see, let me give you an activity. Question number 5, 3 sub questions are there. Very simple question, do yourself. Question number 6, very simple question, do yourself. Because that type of question I already discussed. So that's for you, do it as an activity. But you have to make sure the process you are going to follow, that should be correct. Since it is maths, in between you are not supposed to make any silly mistakes, because once you make a mistake, the entire system will be wrong. Okay, so please be alert while solving activities. And let me go to the last question, the last question in this chapter, that is question number 7. See, question number 7 is we have to find out 10 rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 3 by 4. I repeat the question. We have to find out 10 rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 3 by 4. So since it is to find out 10 rational number, just think about the common multiples of 5 and 4. That multiple should be big enough. Tell me, think about that. Which are the common multiples of 5 and 4? 20 is a common multiple because 20 is a multiple of 5 and 20 is a multiple of 4 also. And think about little more common multiple, little more big common multiple. Okay, can you think about little more common multiple? See, what is the problem if you fix the denominator as 20? Let me show you. See, in order to make the denominator as 20, what I have to do? I have to make this denominator as 20 and this denominator also 20. So by which number I have to multiply to make this denominator as 20? By 4. Here also with the 4. By which number I have to multiply here? 5. Then only I will get 20, isn't it? Here also I have to multiply with the 5. You may understood that fix a common multiple and make the denominator as that common multiple, that number. Then by suitable number you have to multiply. In order to make it as 20, here you have to multiply with 4. Since I multiply here with 4, here also. And here it is 4. So you have to multiply with 5. And then what we got, it becomes 12 by 20 and 15 by 20. See, what is the problem? What is the problem? Can you tell me? Can you tell me what is the problem? We got 12 by 20 and 15 by 20. How many rational numbers are there? How many numbers are, since denominator came as equal, don't worry. How many numbers are there in between 12 and 13, 15, 13, 14? 13, 14. Only 2 numbers. So we need what? 10 rational numbers. So this kind of questions you have to expect. Tricky. So while seeing the question, you may feel that this question is very simple. See, 20 is a little big multiple, but still we are not getting the answer because in between 12 and 15 only 2 numbers are there. So let me continue from here. So here we failed. So I'm going to make the denominator as a little more bigger. Since both denominator is same, think about the common multiple of 20. Little more, 40 is a common multiple. Little more, 80 is a more, 100. Let me choose 100. Then let me check what is going to happen. So I'm going to make both denominator as 100. How I got 100? Because I know that 100 is a multiple of 20. Isn't it? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. No, 100 is a multiple of 20 and that is little big enough. And by which number I have to multiply here to make it as 100? Here I have to multiply with the 5. Here also I have to multiply with the 5. Here also 5. Here also 5. So it will be what? 60 by 100, and it will be 75 by 100. You may understood. When I multiply denominator with 5, it become what? 60 by denominator is of course it is 100 and numerator is 60, and here denominator is of course it is 100 and numerator is 75, isn't it? Nice. And how many numbers are there between 60 and 75? Enough numbers are there, isn't it? 61, then 62, then 63, then 64, then 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. We need just 10 rational numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Enough. Give the denominator as what? 100. Just give all denominator as what? 100. Enough. You may understood, isn't it? So you may understood all question. I think we have discussed all the important question in this chapter, and you may understood all the concept of the chapter. And let me revise the chapter very fast. Only the concept. Let me revise all the concept of the chapter very fast. So from the beginning, what all the concepts we have discussed in this chapter? And first concept was properties. Closure property we discussed. In order to check closure property, we need two number A and B. Then if it is addition, check A plus B. Suppose if we are going to check in, if we are checking in natural number, A plus B should be a natural number. In that way we checked. Revise that, please. Just after watching this video, you have to revise. Just after practicing the question in this video well, after doing the activity, start revision of the same chapter. So what we have to revise? First closure, then commutativity, then associativity. What is the difference of associativity when we compare with the closure and commutativity? Associativity, we need three numbers. Then we discussed about the main and important property, that is nothing but distributivity. We solved some few questions, number of questions by using distributivity, and I can say that distributivity is the most important concept in the chapter. How distributivity can be applied for a question? Separate the term. There must be three terms at least, isn't it? You know how to distinguish the terms, how to separate the terms. Then write the terms with the common term together, isn't it? And then write the remaining term as it is. Write two terms with the common term together, and after that in the very next step you can take the common term outside. In that way it will proceed, isn't it? So that was the distributivity. Then we discussed about, I think, multiplicative inverse, additive inverse, reciprocal, everything we discussed. Then we in the last session we discussed about how to represent a rational number on a number line. That was the last session. In between that we discussed a very important concept, how to find out rational number between two given rationals. That is we discussed just now. So all these concepts are very good, and the main thing is these concepts are very interesting also. So please maintain the same interest, same amount of energy with you, and please revise all the concepts well. And in the very next live class I will conduct a class test. And since it is live class, whether some of the students may think that, see, online test, it is not going to affect us. Never. It is, you cannot, how you can call it as an online test? It is a live test, no? That means I can see you and you can see me. I can see whatever the things you are writing. So exam means I can conduct exam in different ways. That means, see, there is an option for that, because I can give each student separate question. That means for one question I will give, for one student I will give you some 5 questions. So let here solve in front of us, in front of me itself. Then for next student I will give you another 5 questions. Otherwise I will ask you question and solve in front of me itself. How? I will ask you to switch your camera. Then you have to see, you know how I am shooting. So you have to write and shoot in front of me. I will give you different questions. Other than I don't think Shibin sir is going to choose all questions from the in text. No, I will choose some extra questions. Okay. So So anyway, things are going to be in a very serious way. Consider it as very serious, and please learn well. So after watching this video, please try to learn the chapter well, and the very next class I will conduct class test. So see you. Bye bye.